No, it's not green screen. It's just plastic. When we left off last time, or the video that you just saw, which was a couple of 3 days ago from now, I had just put on the layers of Gelcoat. I ended up doing 2 more coats of the TotalBoat Gelcoat without wax, and then 1 coat of the TotalBoat Gelcoat with wax. And from that little spinning thing you just saw, it came out really good. And I have already hit this with a rough sanding of 320. Now I'm going to get into the sanding of the 400 grit. And the 400 grit I use is this brand here. And it works really great. And because it's a flat surface, I do everything with a sanding block. And then the edges I'm going to sand by hand very gently. I've got the thing set up on some plastic here and on my Lazy Susan, and I think that's where I'm going to sand this. I'm going to wheel my chair in here and get to sanding. Yeah, and then sanding real quick, and then I'm going to clean the shop up, and then I'm going to go home, and then tomorrow, when I come back in, we'll do the buffing. So let's get right into this. So I've got everything set up. It's on the Susan here, and I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to start sanding this with some 400. And for those who don't know, quick tip, hold on. Because I'm wet sanding, some people out there use a bucket of water. Don't use a bucket of water. It's a very bad idea. And the reason is because every time you dunk your sander into there, if there's particulate or gravel or whatever in there, that's going to get transferred onto your gel coat. So I use a spray bottle. And I use a mixture of Simple Green and water. Some people use dish soap and water, but I like the Simple Green. It smells good. So I'm going to get some sandpaper cut up, and we'll move you guys in for the time lapse. Alright, that took about 5 minutes, maybe 10 tops, of sanding with 320 and then 400. Here's the tip that I want to give you folks out there. When you're sanding, if you have a high spot, or maybe there's a low spot and you're trying to sand down to it, I'm looking at the wrong side of the camera. If there's a low spot and you want to sand down to it, don't sand all the way. Leave yourself a little bit of room for the next grit sandpaper, because now I have to go through, there's a couple of spots I don't like right down here, it looks like there's a little bit of a chip. Something I probably overlooked when fairing, but easy to fix with just some gel coat. We're going to fix that. And then same thing here, there's a little pit. Yeah, so just a couple of little flaws that I don't like. Right there, there's a good one right there. But that's my fault because I touched that with my thumb when I was moving the box. So, no big deal there. When you're sanding corners, just be careful. Don't sand here, don't sand the ridge, because you're going to sand right through that. And I think that's what intimidates the most people about doing gel coat, is that they're going to sand through. That's why I like to spray it, because I can put it on pretty thick and then go in and you know, wet sand it down a little bit. But it is dry, it looks great, I'm really happy with it. Yeah, so I'm going to hit this with some of the 600, and then I'll show you how I'm going to fix these couple of little divots. Alright, so if you're a weirdo like me, you have a bunch of stuff laying around your shop, and you move as fast as I do, and you just want to get stuff done, there's not much difference between these because they both say wax. Right? So what I do is on the top of the can, what I'm going to see before is I write with wax. That way I know this is the stuff that I want. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to roughly measure out what I think looks like an ounce. I should note that I've already gone ahead in the areas that I'm going to repair. I've wiped down with the TotalBoat Dewaxer and Surface Prep. I've not used the Eco Solvent on this because I don't know what it's going to do to the gel coat, and I'm kind of afraid. So I just use the Surface Prep for those areas. Now I'm going to grab a couple of these old little pint-sized popsicle sticks. Bring you guys with me. And it's going to be tough. I know it's going to be tough for you guys to see the spots, but trust me, they are there. And I'm going to take some gel coat on the end of this, and I'm going to just dip it on. Just like that. There's another low spot right there. I don't care if it drips down the side, that's all right. And then the same thing over here. Just going to dab that right on. It's a little chip right on the bottom here. So I think this is a pretty good place to end this video, so that the next video I can go really more into the polishing of this stuff. For the polishing, we're going to be using the TotalBoat Total Buff and Total Wax. What do you know? I'm going to use a TotalBoat product. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please, for the love of Jesus himself, subscribe. Hit the bell notification, push notification, whatever the heck it's called, and whatever the heck it does. Comment. You don't have to like the video, but comment. At least tell me I suck if I suck. But tell me what you'd like to see so that I can make the videos better. Your feedback will allow me to make better quality videos for you. I've got some audio equipment coming, and I've got a few fancy little movie-making lights coming. So stay tuned for the next video. Guys, again, thank you. Girls, thank you. TotalBoat, thank you. And we'll see you next time.